Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Hope you've been having a great new year so far and a great couple of trading weeks as well. In this video, I want to talk about my analysis for the four major pairs gold, Euro USD, GBP USD, and GBP JPY. And as usual, I'll be starting off with gold from the weekly time frame and work my way down to the 4 hour time frame. And with gold, you can see the price has been strongly bearish over the last couple of months. And now price has finally gotten to resistance level around 1920 area. And you can see it's broken through several resistance area to get to this level. And in the last week, we can see that the price was strongly bullish, and you can see how the candle closed as well. A very strong bullish candle, which again could signify that there is still a lot of buying pressure in the market. But nevertheless, we're at a resistance level, and even though I believe that we still have a lot of buyers in the market trying to push price to the upside and could possibly even break through that resistance level, given how strong the the buys have been in the last couple of weeks, it's still very possible that that would happen. On the other hand, we have to be very careful again because this is still a resistance area, and sellers can, this coming week come from nowhere and try to push price back down to the previous resistance now supports, which will be around the 1875 area. So that is still possible, but my bias again is still strongly bullish, expecting price to continue all the way to the 2000s area. That's what I'm expecting gold to get to over the next couple of months, I would say. Um, but of course, like with every price action, there would be a period of impulses where price retraces a bit, and then you have that strong bullish move, and there will be a bit of bearish impulse. And that's what we have to look out for. Take our opportunities when price gives us that impulse. When price goes down a bit, we can enter at a better price and take a price straight back up. So in this case, if we go down to the daily time frame, we can see that price sitting comfortably at that 1920 area. And one of two things can happen: either price breaks that area or price gives us a bearish signal all the way back down to this resistance zone support, and maybe continue from there, break that level, and then just keep on moving further. So that is a possibility. Another possibility is price just breaking through and continuing this nice bullish momentum all the way to the top. So there could be price moving all the way, or maybe come back to retest and then continue to the top. All right. So these are the possibilities. Nevertheless, regardless of if there will be a retrace now or if it will be later, I am still expecting more bullish moves. So generally speaking, my bias for gold will be to buy. Even when price retraces a bit, I wouldn't rush to sell gold at all. I would wait until price gives me a good opportunity to buy, and then I'll just keep buying. So, and that's what I advise for gold over the next couple of months, is to look for good buy opportunities only in the market. Even if you're a day trader, you're a swing trader, you're scalping, because we know that in the long term, price is going to keep moving to the upside. Just keep looking for your buy trades, and then you would hardly be wrong on that. And then if we go to the 4 hour time for when I normally take my entry, again we'll be looking for the break above there, and most likely if price breaks this area, it could come back to retest it, giving us a bullish signal. And then we'll take our buys on the bullish signal to the upside. Now I am currently in this trade, so what I'll just be doing is to add more positions and then move my stops to keep breaking even as price moves in our direction. Also, what our advice is in the coming week, for us not to rush into any buy trade. Even though at the back of our minds we're thinking price most likely would be a buy trade, I would suggest that on Monday, not to trade gold yet, but just look out to see what sort of candle will form on the market. So if we have a bullish candle that breaks and closes above this 1920 area on Monday daily candle, then most likely price will continue to the top. All right, and that means that area, that resistance area 1920 has been broken. But if the daily candle doesn't close above this, rather forms a bearish signal or bearish candle, then I'll say you should wait. Either wait for price to still break this 1920 area or wait for price to get back to the next significant support level and then look for your buy entries there. So generally speaking, this is my analysis for gold. I am bullish and I'll just be looking for only buy trade on gold. Next, I'm going to talk about my analysis for GBP for Euro USD. Sorry. Again, starting from the weekly time frame and working my way down to the 4-hour time frame. Now, for gold, for Euro USD, just like gold, we can see that price has been quite bullish as well over the last couple of months, and I still expect this bullish run to continue. As you can see, price is currently at this resistance area, just like gold is at the resistance area. And this resistance area is, as you can see, around the 1.085 area. And we'll be looking to see if price keeps on going to the top or if price bounces or retraces a bit to give us maybe more better opportunities to buy at a good price. But generally speaking, I am bullish on Euro USD as well. And all we need to do in the next couple of weeks or few months as well is to look for that buy opportunity. So now for this GBP, this Euro USD trade, I've been in it for about a month now, about 4 weeks, and I just hit my take profit recently, which was about 300 and something pips. It took a while, but that's where I was aiming for price to get to, and it did eventually. And as you can see on the daily time frame, there has been a break of this resistance area, which for me is a strong indication that price will most likely continue to the top. All right. And as you can see, when after price broke that area with this strong bullish candle on the daily time frame again, which I am very specific about the time frames that I'm mentioning and how strong the candles that break through this area are, because that is very important and tells us a lot as well regarding what's going on in the market. And you can see after that, you can see this candle here where sellers came and tried to push price back down, but buyers were still in the market and then ended up pushing price to the top to close just above that area. And if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see what I'm saying. You can see that price came up here, broke that area, came back into that zone to retest it, and then starts moving to the top as well. And that's why I'm expecting price to just continue its bullish momentum all the way to the upside, and hopefully that is what plays out. So even though this is what I'm looking at, again, this is Forex, anything can happen. Price could as well just quickly move to the downside. But looking at the more higher time frames, it's more in line with my bias of a buy. And then we're just going to continue to push that all the way to the top. All right, and just keep adding to our buy positions for Euro USD. So if you're not already in this trade, I'll say this is a great opportunity to enter the trade now. You don't really have to wait for anything at all, because price has given us a good signal to buy at this price. So which is what I would encourage you to do if you haven't, and just put your stop loss below that zone as well. And just make sure that when you're trading this, that you should ensure proper risk management. Um, like I said, anything can happen, and if you're not careful, you could be taken out or you could blow your capital. So you just need to make sure you have a very good risk to reward ratio, and you make sure that you have a very tight risk management as well. So for Euro USD again, this is my analysis. I am bullish, and I encourage you to buy when the market opens as price has broken through this resistance area, and that's what I'm expecting for gold as well. So next, I'm going to talk about GBP USD very quickly as well. And just like the Euro USD and gold, I am bullish on GBP USD as well. And you can see price heading towards this resistance area that I have marked out. Unlike the two previous pairs we spoke about, that's already got into that resistance area. GBP USD is just heading there, and if you look at the weekly candle and if you see how price has moved so far, you can tell that we're still strongly bullish as well. And if you look at the previous, not this past week, but 2 weeks ago, the candle that formed, you can see this nice doji candle here on this support level, and then followed by this bullish candle. So this again, just looking at this, is an indication that price most likely will continue to the upside. And if we go to the daily time frame, we can see we're heading straight into this resistance area here. So what I would advise is wait for price to get to this resistance area, and then we'll see what happens there. Okay, so if price ends up bouncing to the downside from here, that's fine as well. I wouldn't rush to take any sell trades at all. I'll just wait for this retracement to play out and look for a buy trade. On the other hand, if price breaks this level, what I'll do is to wait for a retest of this area and see if price will give us a bullish signal when it retests this area before continuing to the upside. All right. And again, the reason why I encourage you to wait for a retest is something like this. For example, you can see this fake out here where price broke through that level and then came down, but never stopped at that point anymore again, and they didn't give us any sort of buy signal, but rather continued and broke below that area, which then continue to the next support level. So this is why I always say when we get to it, when we trace back into the zone of interest, wait for a reversal candlestick pattern. And if you do not get that, and reversal candlestick pattern in terms of it being an engulfing candle or a pin bar or an inside bar candle, and then from that you should be able to take your trades then. But if not, then you just allow price to to keep going down until it gets to an area where you can easily take your buy trades from. So again, this is my analysis for GBP USD. I am bullish, waiting for price to get to resistance area around the 1.23 area and see if price breaks that area as well. And if price does break that area, I will wait for a retest before entering the market. So I wouldn't rush to trade GBP USD anytime soon. I'm just going to be patient, and until price gives me a better opportunity. Even though I've said with gold and Euro USD that price most likely will continue to the upside. It would most likely continue with GBP USD as well. But again, I just look at the candlesticks and I trade what I see. I don't really extrapolate from the other pairs, even though I know that they most likely would be moving in the same direction. But I will just wait for the opportunity to play out on the chart before I take my trade. So this has been my analysis for GBP USD. And lastly, I'm going to talk about my analysis for GBP JPY. Again, we're going to look at the weekly time frame and then work our way down to the 4-hour time frame very quickly. So on the weekly time frame, we can see again, generally looking at the chart, we can see that we are, generally in an uptrend. And with this uptrend, you will have areas where there are these bearish impulses, which I have mentioned previously. Um, and usually when price retraces to the downside, except this trend has been broken completely, I normally would wait for good opportunities to buy the market. And at the moment, we can see that price is in. I've gotten to a support area here, there. Okay, let me just mark that out. Just there. I have a support area there. We've got another one there as well. And then you can see price currently at this support area. Okay, and you can see initially when price got there, price tried to push back up, forming this sort of pin back candle, and then again price quickly broke through that resistance area or that support area all the way back down to the next support. And if we look at it on the weekly time frame, on the daily time frame, we can see the price currently is down here. And what I would say is, for me, I'm just gonna wait. Looking at other pairs and looking at the market generally, you can see that yen has been quite strong, stronger than USD, dollar, or yeah, stronger than USD. So that again, could point to the fact that could tell us that price most likely would continue this down move. But again, for GBP I wouldn't rush to take any sell trades as of yet. I will be patient until this resistance area here, the 155.5 area is broken. And once that area breaks, then I probably would look to sell. But if not, I wouldn't rush to sell the market. So basically what I'm saying is this area here, if price breaks this area to the downside by any chance, right, then we'll just wait for a retest and we'll sell our trades to the downside. But for now, I'm just going to wait and see if price bounces back up above this zone here. So for me, if price bounces above this zone there, then we should be looking to take a buy trade at least. But for now, once we don't see this price moving to the top, but rather breaking through this area to the downside, then you take your sell trade, which I suspect would be the case this coming week. So again, the daily candle will be the best place to see to make that decision. So if the Monday candle closes below this zone here, the 155.5 zone, then and closes strongly down to the downside, so closes through like that and closes down here, then you should be looking to take a sell trade. But if price doesn't close below that zone, then I'll say be patient and wait and see what happens. Okay, so this has basically been my analysis for the four major pairs: gold, euro, USD, GBP, USD, and GBP JPY. I hope you found this video very helpful. If you have, kindly leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel for more analysis videos. Thank you very much for watching and have a great week ahead. Peace.
Forget the day we met, your eyes so blue, me piercing through. I can't forget the day we met, your smile so bright.